Hello everybody, welcome back to another adventure with Charlie's Adventures. Today we're headed back up on the mountain to check on the food plot, food plot number 2, and then I'm going to do a little spraying over there because I've got some vegetation that is swaying back and forth and false triggering the camera, so I'm going to spray that. And then when we get out of there, we're going to go around to food plot number 1 and spread some fertilizer on it. I'm a little late, but I just having to do this stuff as I can. Like I said, today is June the 7th, and food plot number 2 is doing pretty good according to the pictures on the camera. We're going to go and see it firsthand, and then like I said, we're going to go over to food plot number 1, spread some fertilizer, and I'm going to attempt to get down to get that feed bank 40 feeder and bring it out, and I want to put it up behind the house down below on the bottom of the hill at the house. And then if we have time, I'm going to go over and put batteries in one of Ashton's cameras. So get you iced tea, lemonade, your favorite adult beverage, pop your bag of popcorn, and let's go. See you on and around there toward the food plot 2.0. Alright, we've made it around here to where we cut this tree out. If you'll remember, right here is where I had the mushroom compost piled up. There's a little bit of it left, but not much. Right here is where we cut this tree top out to where we could get through here. We're just taking our time and easing along. Here headed toward food plot 2.0 or food plot number 2, however we want to call it. I guess we're just going to call it number 1 and number 2. And, we're going to drive up on it together. This will be the first time that I've been here since we sold it. Well, we were actually back the next weekend after we sold it, because I cut out and put batteries in that G36 camera, and it was barely breaking ground then. The seed had germinated, but the best I can tell right now from the pictures from the G36 camera is It's doing pretty good. And we planted this in Grandpa Ray Outdoors inner sanctum. That's what we put in it. It's just right around this bend right here. Oh yeah. Look at that, folks. Wow. I know it's a small plot, but man, I hope you all can see that. That is looking wonderful. That is great right there. Even up there in between the two apple trees, it's doing good. Wow. I guess we'll let the side-by-side cool off, the fans running. I guess that fertilizer we put on helped it, and the mushroom compost too. I'm sure, you know, now like I said, when I planted this, I planted it real thick. Probably 3 times the seed that needed to be on here. But that's what we done, and it's looking good. Yeah, this is going to be a great food plot site right here. I hope you all had a good Memorial Day here, I guess a week ago or 2 weeks ago now. But can y'all see what I was coming up in this? Man, that is looking great. And if you'll remember, when we was headed out of here, I stacked these little old limbs here on the edge to keep what good dirt we had from washing off. And right there's the G36 camera on that tree, and we're getting this stuff blowing and triggering that camera. So I'm going to spray right here today, all this area right here, and hopefully try to kill some of this out. We've had a little bit of washing right here. We've had a lot of rain here lately, and whenever I come up and fertilized this, I put fertilizer around these apple trees too. Yeah, this is doing okay. It's not doing as well as back there, but I ain't gonna complain. And I'm gonna have to, I don't know what that plant right there is called, and you can see some clover down in there. Wow, this is doing great. And it looks like our apple trees are growing. If you can see down in there, they're about up to right here. That one is. Let's see how this other one's doing. Can you see it down in there? It's about right there too. That's great. I may try to spray some of this vegetation out around them right here to keep it killed off, to give them a chance. And we've had a hog in here rooting around just a little. But yes, this Grandpa Ray Outdoors inner sanctum, wow, I'm tickled with that. And I'll Can y'all see that track? Either it's a great big hog or a great big deer. I'm gonna say it was a big hog. I got a picture of a huge hog. I thought it was a bear to begin with, right here. But it was a hog, big old black one. And he was standing right in there. But yeah, it's a little bit yellow colored. I don't know if that's from the fertilizer or not. I thought a good amount of fertilizer on this, but I am pleased with this. And, I'm going to say that a combination of the mushroom compost and the fertilizer has did this, and I planted that away too thick. Now I'm going to try next year to out to about that log. I'm going to put mushroom compost there and probably try to put it over this again and try to make this a little bigger. Try to make it a little bigger every year. But I am well pleased with this. Grandpa Ray Outdoors, I like this seed. Now if we can just get some deer in here to eating it, that'll be great. That'll tell the tale if the deer go to hitting it before long, when all the browse starts going away. All right, I'm gonna get this sprayer, and I'm gonna spray right in there, and then we're gonna go on around to food plot number 1. All right, I got the vegetation around in front of the SpyPoint G36 camera sprayed, and around the 2 apple trees I got that sprayed, and we're turned around and headed back down out of here now. And we're going to try to get over to food plot number 1. And I'm actually wondering if I should even fool with it or not, because I put throw and grow in food plot number 1, and pretty much I just dumped everything in the floor again. Pretty much all the throw and grow has in it is ryegrass for the most part, and I'm wondering if I should even waste fertilizer on it or not. One thing I've been noticing on the Pioneer 520 is when it's cold, the exhaust rattles. I've lost my hang on, folks. All right, sorry about that. I lost my GoPro charger and battery. It was up in and under my foot. I had to get it, put it on charge. But anyway, what I was saying was I put throw and grow on food plot number 1, and it's mainly ryegrass, and I don't know if I should fool with fertilizing it or not. The main reason I put it on there was I just wanted something on it for the spring and summer, and then I'm going to do a winter plot on it over there, fall and winter. But I want to tell you that Grandpa Ray Outdoors Inner Sanctum is doing good. Now, whether or not the deer will ever get in it and eat it, I don't know. But we're going to find out, and I'm well pleased with that, because that was more or less just out in a logging road like this right here. There was a little bit of decent topsoil or dirt there, but for the most part it wasn't. And for where that's at and the dirt it's in, I think it's doing well. And I'm going to say, you know, like I said earlier, that mushroom compost helped it a lot. Now, I don't know how long it'll last, but we're going to find out. Well, I'm hearing my phone. But I don't know where my phone is now. Found it. Sorry folks, I'm having a little bit of a rough time right here right now, but we're in good shape now. But time will tell. We'll know before long if that Grandpa Ray Outdoors Inner Sanctum will live and not die out. We'll know before long if the deer will eat it or not. And I'm really hoping they will. The only problem that I know of up here is that soil's not going to hold much water. And we've had plenty of water right here lately, but if I'm afraid if we get into a drought situation, I'm not so sure that this logging road or up there bed will hold enough water for it to survive. So we'll be finding out about that at a later date too, I guess. It's like a big science project. I enjoy doing this type of thing, so hopefully, you know, it'll make it. Good chance it won't, but maybe it will. You never know until you try. This is the place right here that I don't like, but it makes you feel like it's the right front's just gonna flip plumb back, but it don't. But it makes you think it's going to. to start a project at home, and I'm probably going to do videos on it. It's going to take me a good while to do it, and it's something that I was needing to do a good while back, several years ago, 3 or 4 now, and I broke my leg. I couldn't do anything for about 2 years, so I ended up with blood clot in my leg, and I'm still having circulation problems from that. So anyway, I'm getting ready to start on that project at the house, and that project is tearing off the old siding and putting new siding on and new windows. I'm not a carpenter, but pretty much I can do anything I set my mind to. The only thing is, it's going to be slow going, me working by myself, but that's the way it's going to be. I'm sure Myra will help me when she can. She probably won't want to be on camera though, and that's fine, you know. She don't like being on videos, don't like having her picture made, but my house is, the front is brick, and then the sides and the ends and the back are masonite lap siding, and it's rotten. It's terrible. And the house, when it was built, they put plywood on the corners, you know, to make it rigid, and then in between the plywood it has that, I call it blackboard. I don't even know if they still make it or not. I guess they do, but I think it was just a filler and sort of like an insulation. But I'm gonna pull the masonite siding off, remove the blackboard, and replace it with either OSB or plywood. Let me know what you all think I should do, OSB or plywood. It's got plywood on the corners, I know, and I don't mind doing the plywood, or I don't mind doing OSB. I'm 55-year-old. I'm getting ready to have a birthday here in August, and I'll be 56. So, you know, I've got 35 years left to live, you know, 40 at the max, but I doubt it, you know. I'm going to say 30 to 35, so part of me says do the OSB because it's a little cheaper, and then part of me says do the plywood because it's better. But they sheet $300,000 and $400,000 or $500,000 houses with OSB now. But you know, I don't care to spend the extra money and do plywood. Let me know in the comments what y'all recommend doing on that. You know, because when I'm dead and gone, you know, Ashton or Caitlin or Macy or Bella, you know, one would end up with the house, or Ashton and Caitlin may want to sell it, you know, I don't know, or whatever, you know. If me and Myra are married by then, you know, at that time, you know, she'd be able to have a lifetime rights to live in it as long as she lives, if something happened to me first. But anyway, leave me a comment what you all think I should do, OSB or plywood. And I'm gonna have to find out how thick the plywood is that they sheeted it with. I think it was built in 1981, you know, and that's when they were putting the blackboard in between the plywood. I don't know the thickness of the sheeting for on the side. And also, if you all got recommendations on windows, let me know about that. I was just going to go to Home Depot or Lowe's one and try to buy the best window they offer. That's what I planned on doing, unless some of you all know a better way, you know, besides that. Leave me a comment on that as well. But I've got to start getting that in order, because I'm not getting any younger, and I need that house taken care of now, because a whole lot longer I'm not going to be able to do all that work. You know, I'm going to have to do it in stride now, just, you know, a little at a time. So I'm going to do one end first, and then I'm going to do the other end second, and then I'm going to come around to the front, and it's got a porch on it, and it's got masonite siding up there, and I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to do one end, the other end in the front, shutters, soffit. I'm doing the soffit and everything as I go. Fascia board, and I'd like to wrap it in the middle, the fascia. So, you know what, I was busy talking, and I was supposed to turn right back there. So around here somewhere, I'm going to have to turn around and go back the other way. I don't know where I'm going to be able to turn around at here. I was busy yakking about the siding and the windows, which that's a good thing. Probably going to go with hardy board siding, lap siding is what that's what I'm thinking. And a buddy of mine told me that a friend of his did his several years ago. It's probably been at least 15 years ago, maybe 20, and he bought the James Hardy lap siding already painted, already colored, and Ronnie said it's still looking good right now, and that's been a long time. Ronnie said we were working at PBR when that happened, and well, I think we left PBR, they shut down in 2010, so it's been at least 14 years, I guess. But anyway, folks, I didn't mean to get off on that. I was just talking about what's coming up before long. Oh, and I went to Lowe's this morning and picked up 2 bunks of scaffold. I bought 2 bunks of scaffold and 8 jack feet, leveling bolts, whatever you want to call them, jack legs for the scaffold. I picked that up this morning, and I'm probably going to have to buy 2 more bunks of scaffold for sure. I don't know if I'll need the jack bolts or not for those 2, but I'm thinking I'm going to have 2 more bunks of scaffold. Let me know what y'all think about that. And when I get closer to time to do that, I'm thinking of a way to do the scaffold. I'm going to have to go 2 layers high, I know, but I'm thinking of a way of doing it. My house is 28 foot wide. I'm going to put 1 bunk to the left and 1 bunk to the right. I'm talking about the ends, and then put 1 bunk in the middle, and then I'm going to build the next layer in between those. You know, there's going to be a gap, and that should come out right. 7, 14, 21, 28. So it'll be like a pyramid effect. And if I do it that way, I'm going to have 5 bunks of scaffold total. And when I get closer to doing it, I'll try to draw it out and see what y'all think about that. I'm not a professional carpenter or scaffold builder. I work on scaffold all the time, but the carpenters at work build it, and we just climb it and work off of it. You know, I guess I could ask one of them carpenters at work about if that would work, doing it. But leave me a comment on that if you understand what I'm talking about. Just trying to get by as inexpensive on buying scaffold as I can get, you know. And I'm gonna be building a garage before long as well. I've been needing to do that all my life and never have, and I think that's something that's gonna happen. I want a garage, and Myra wants a swimming pool, so those 2 things right there are probably gonna happen as well. That'll be a little bit down the road, but, and no, we won't be doing an in-ground pool. It'll be an above-ground pool. She says she's happy with that, and that'll be nice. You know, we're going to do it, and we'll have to do a retaining wall because we're going to have to dig out because of the slope of the backyard. We'll have to dig out and build a retaining wall, and then backfill that, and then set the pool up. We'll do her a nice deck around it, somewhere where we can lay out in the sun and grill hamburger, you know, just have some fun around the pool. That's another thing. Leave me in the comments, when we do the pool, should we get a round pool or an oval pool? And you know, I already know I'd kind of like to get as deep a pool as I can get, at least in the middle. You know, the sides maybe a little more shallow, but in the middle, you know. Leave a comment on the pools too. here is where you turn to go to the feeder. Go up through there to the left, and the corn feeder is the on time. The corn feeder's up there. I call it the corn feeder. The brand name of it's on time feeder. Alright, we're going to get on around through here. Stay tuned.